Okay, here you go. The recording started. Where I grew up in. Okay, Mida, you want to say it yourself, please?
Yes, of course. Rumi has, and I used to learn about him a lot. And when I saw this group, um, I was very happy because I like his poetry. I like his wisdom.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mida. Okay,
You're welcome.
so let us share the screen now. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's the screen. I lost the chat room. Let me see if I can put the chat over here. Okay, and then oh, that's a beautiful scenery, by the way. Let's bring the okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I opened the wrong one. There you go. Okay, so we are doing for the new attendees, we are doing Rumi. Rumi has two major works, and yeah, Pastor Khonom, can you tell us about two major works of Rumi, please? You're good at this thing, I'm sure.
Oh, me?
No, Paras too. Or Yahya, you're gonna Yahya say it. Or go ahead, please. Say about the works of major works with Rumi, please, so people who
Okay.
are new.
Well, major literary works of
Excuse me, you are breaking up. I couldn't hear you well.
That's okay. Yahya is gonna do it. Then you, next time it's your turn. Go ahead, Yahya, please.
major literary works of Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi are the 6 books of the Masnavi, the collection of the ghazals in the Divan-e Shams, and also a book called Fihi Ma Fihi, which is a selection of his discourses.
Very good.
And
Thank
I believe there's a Rubaiyat as well.
Yeah, there is Rubaiyat, yeah, which is four verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rubaiyat. But yeah, you're right. That's yeah. And this poem that we are gonna uh, study today is poem number 56 from Ghazaliyat Shams, as Yahya says, or they call him Divan-e Shams, both right, correct. Divan-e Shams or Ghazaliyat Shams. It is poem number 58, and then what we do is we go, then we bring witnesses, bring things and proofs from other works of Rumi to understand his school, his teaching. It's a very complicated, not complicated. It's pretty expanded. It has a lot of parts to it. So in order to understand him, we have to be patient. Read him as many times as we can. So God willing, we can get to know him and we can utilize and enjoy his teaching. It is tremendously important. I think as time goes by, every I think every day I feel more uh, uh, need in the society to learn about Rumi. Rumi is going to save the humanity if we listen to him. If we listen to him, he's going to save the humanity. So it's very important, and you'll see if you stay with him and study him, you realize how beneficial he is to everybody, to the humanity. He brought all these the wisdom comes from the other side, and so it is amazing, awesome, as we say in English. So this is I'm going to read it in Farsi. So I want you to understand if you don't know Farsi, to understand the music of his poetry, which is important, and then with I translate uh, verse by verse. It's my translation. It's the best I can do, and I do. And hopefully somebody come with a better translation and I use it. رسید آن شه بیارایید ایوان را فرو برید ساعدها برای خوب کنعان را. The king arrived, the king arrived. King here is the symbol of divine. Beautify and decorate the home. You will cut your hand as soon as Prophet Joseph shows up. که آمد جان 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 نشاید برد نام جان. به پیش جان چه کار آید مگر از بهر قربان را. When the life of the life of the life comes, it is not appropriate to pay attention to fake life. Our egoic life is less valuable than our divine and true internal life, but only to sacrifice. By the way, in this one, when it says about Prophet Joseph, there is a story in Quran, and I probably it's in Bible too. Is that correct, Yahya? There is the Joseph story in Quran, or maybe do you know? Have you seen it?
Yeah, you mean about the
When
hand
the
cutting?
yeah, the hand cutting.
Yeah, so when Joseph was rescued from the well and sold into slavery into Egypt, uh, Potiphar's wife had bought him, whose name was Zuleika. She was very much wanting to get intimate with him. She was very lustful for him. And her friends were making fun of her about this. So what she did was she invited them all over for tea. And back in the olden times, there was no, people didn't use forks or, spoons, things like that. Everyone ate using knives, little tiny little knives. That's how you would eat food. So she passed out the fruit, and the women were cutting the fruit and feeding themselves with it. And when she called for Joseph to come into the room, the women were so enamored with him. They cut the food, the food, and then they kept cutting. And they cut their hands, and they didn't even realize they were cutting themselves because they were so in love with the radiance of Joseph. So then Zuleika says, so you see now, you thought I was being very foolish, but now you see for yourself the effect that he has. So that's the story. That's the backstory.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Well said. Yeah, John. Okay, so as Yahya was saying, here Rumi refers to that story that he just told us, Yahya, and he said when the when the Prophet Joseph shows up, you will cut your hands, us. When the time comes that we witness the beautiful face of the beloved, which is the Almighty, the Divine, we will be so amazed and so uh, bewildered, huh? That's a good word, right? Yeah. Bewildered by God's beauty, by Almighty beauty, that we will cut our hand the same way that the guests of Zuleika cut their hand. That's what he
Well, nowadays we use forks, so maybe we'll just stab ourselves with the forks.
That's a good one. Thank you, sir. Okay, beautiful. بودم بی عشق گمراهی در آمد عشق ناگاهی بودم کوهی شدم کاهی برای اسب سلطانی. Without true love, I was lost. And of course, suddenly love came to my rescue. Before love's arrival, I was like a mountain full of ego and self-centeredness. Then I became light like straw, and ultimately my straw-like being became food for the king's horse. So here Rumi says, when we are lost, and of course, we are as heavy as mountain. Ego and anything related to ego is heavy, is heavy on heart, is heavy on us. And then he said, when I fell in love, when I became, when I came to the path, to the right path, Sirat al-Mustaqim, we say in Quran, it says, Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, please uh, uh, God, please guide us to the straight path. When I came to the straight path, I now become very light and like a straw. Straw is very light, right? You guys have seen it. And I became useful. Before, I was useless. Before love, without love, I was off course and useless. Now I am heavy. Now I am light and I am like a straw and I'm good for something. I'm good for the king's horse. The king here is the symbol of the divine. Okay. اگر ترک است و تاجیک است بدو این بنده نزدیک است چو جان با تن ولیکن تن نبیند هیچ مر جان را. It is not important which race or country he belongs to. It is crucial that you are close to the divine, like the proximity of the soul to the body. Even though the body and soul are next to each other, the body cannot see the soul. So that's what we learn from this beautiful verse, that the soul can see the body, but the body cannot see the soul, because the body in the Sufi tradition is dead. The body is dead. What we see, we see the body moves. The body doesn't move. The soul moves it. The the only alive being entity in the world is God Almighty. Everything else is dead. And the body and the movement of our body is because due to the soul, which is God's spirit in us. So everything else is dead basically. So we want to go from dead things to the alive things, which is from the body to the soul. So here it says that uh, that the body cannot see the soul, but the soul obviously can see the body, because soul has all the intelligence and the body it doesn't. Body has its own intelligence, by the way, but it is from the soul. هلا یاران که بخت آمد گه ایثار رخت آمد سلیمانی به تخت آمد برای عزل شیطان را. Oh friend, congratulations, because we are lucky. It is the time that we let go of our false and fake being. Prophet Solomon, the symbol of the Lord, came to our hearts and established his residency in our being, and he will remove the devil that took over our being unjustly. He's giving us a congratulation and a good news that if we are, which most of the people are, overtaken by devil, if we allow the prophet Solomon, which is the symbol of the Lord, comes to our heart and establishes his residency in our being, he will remove the devil. The devil will be we have to allow the Solomon, which is the symbol of the Lord, to come to our heart so he can remove the devil who has taken our heart unjustly. That's the key word, unjustly. The devil will be removed. بجه از جا چه می پایی چرا بی دست و بی پایی نمیدانی ز هدهد جو ره قصر سلیمان را. Now he's in this verse he's encouraging us to move, to make a move, to put effort, stand up and start moving. why you're sitting and not making an effort and hard work. If you don't know, ask the wise bird, simple symbol of the spiritual master, the way to the Solomon palace. Obviously, as you can see, Rumi is a poet, and he uses a lot of symbolism. It works, you know. And here it says that start moving, don't sit down, don't be lazy, work hard, start moving and making the effort and hard work. If you don't know, ask a wise bird, and uh, uh, that points to the story of Solomon, and uh, he could talk and communicate with birds. And so here, bird is a symbol of a spiritual master. So he says, if you don't know, go ask the spiritual masters. And Rumi is one of them. Rumi is one of the spiritual masters. That's what we are associating with him. We are asking him to show us the way. He's a wise bird. Show us the way, Rumi. Please show us the way. We are here in this Friday night together. We are asking you to help us. Show us the way, please. And he will. He will. He says, I am the truth of the truth of the truth of the truth of the religion. Asl. In Farsi we say the truth, the root of the root. That's a better word. I'm sorry, but it means the truth. By the way, the root of the root of the root of the root of the religion. That's what I am. He says. My books. بکن آنجا مناجاتت بکن آنجا مناجاتت بگو اسرار و حاجاتت سلیمان خود همی داند زبان جمله مرغان را. You should pray in any language that you know and ask for blessings and requests, because Solomon, symbol of the divine, understand the language of all his creatures. Ask, we just asked, by the way, we just asked the previous uh, verse asking Rumi, God, please help us through Rumi to understand the way. Show us the way. You are the wise bird. And then here he says, yeah, absolutely. All right. Pastor Khanum says, Pastor Khanum, tell us what we said here, please.
I think just reading the poem won't work by repetition while you are just repeating and repeating. So this knowledge will be installed in your subconscious mind, and while you're meditating with this poem will talk to you. You know, you'll be inspired by the energies that come from this poem. I think they have special kind of energy, vibration that you feel after a lot of repetition. You will feel that kind of energy. You feel you feel that kind of spaciousness, that that your heart is going to open. You feel that space. It's really amazing.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Very good. But she what she's saying is, so repetition is the key. Don't tell me, please don't tell yourself, oh, I already read it. How many times we eat lunch? How many times we eat dinner? How many times we eat breakfast? Do you say, oh, I had breakfast yesterday? No. You say, I am gonna have breakfast today. This is like breakfast, like lunch, like dinner. It is the food to your soul. This is the food for our soul. We have to repeat and repeat and repeat. Don't let the ego, please, your nafs, your ego, uh, 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 deceives you and tells you, oh, you already read this. You already know enough. No. Anytime you read, every time you read, you get something better than this, because your heart expands and then you get something new out of it, something new. This is my dad, God bless his soul. He was a Sufi master. He used to tell us, he says, when I read Quran, uh, uh, as I progress in the path, the next time I read, I understand something totally different, more deep. You get deeper into That's why they say Quran and other Sufi works have 7 layers, and seven is a symbol of infinity. It's a lot of layers. So you get to the deeper layer. Like imagine onion, has different layers, different skins. You just go further in, you get deeper into the meaning. Very good. Thank you, Pastor Khan. Very good point. سخن باد است ای بنده کند دل را پراکنده ولیکن اوش فرماید که گرد آور پریشان را. O human beings, be aware that talk is like wind because it disturbs the concentration of the heart. But the divine advises and tells us bring together your scattered and fragmented heart. So this is Rumi at the end of a lot of his poems. He says, "Oh, I spoke again. I cannot communicate these beautiful uh, lessons and teachings with words. Words are short. Words have a lot of shortcomings. They are not able to communicate and to give what I'm getting from where I am now. But at the same time, he says the divine tells us bring together your scattered and fragmented heart. Like now, we are trying to bring together our scattered and fragmented heart. The world and the ego is is scattering our heart, scattering our focus, right? Scattering our concentration. Uh, so here we are coming to Rumi and trying to put together, bring together our scattered and fragmented heart. That's what he says we should do. And then the other thing is that Rumi, in other poems, he said, "I know that words are not cannot bring what cannot communicate my feelings and my understanding, but that's what I have now. That's the tool I have, and I have to I have to use what the tool I have, whatever tool I have. That's what I have in my hand, and I'm gonna use it. So one of the jobs of the یا سخن که خیره در جان ز جان حجاب کند. Yeah. So can you translate it, Pastor Khanum, please, to the best of your ability so we
Correct.
can.
It's the translation, but I think it says that the speech is like an obstacle between us and the divine. It the function of talking is like an obstacle. While you're talking, because we are talking based on the patterns that we have in our mind, based on our conditioned mind, based on our egoic mind. So the more we talk, more obstacle that we make between the divine and ourselves. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Should
You're
be
right.
silent. We should answer to. Actually, the exact Persian translation is answer to, and the Rumi emphasize on that a lot. Answer to.
Very good. And Bita Khanum, you are saying, can you say what you please read it?
Oh, just what Parastu said. I wrote the English. Yeah, that too many words, yeah, can obscure the truth. So truth itself cannot be expressed in words. But of course, yeah, when we have true masters, they try to describe it to the best way possible. And yeah, as we practice, then we can experience it. Once we experience it, we don't need language anymore.
Thank you. Yeah. So distraction is our enemy. Distraction. We get easily distracted, and we use our and the heart as we get distracted, the heart gets fragmented, and we get scattered. So our job is to stay focused on our heart and don't allow the ego and the events around us to distract us. That's the key word, distraction. Very, very important. Please pay attention to that. Okay. This fragment, yeah, yes, here you go. She said very good. Bitajan, please read this. It's beautiful.
Okay, so yeah, as we get distracted, our heart gets fragmented.
Thank you. That's very good job. It's a teamwork. I appreciate and thank everybody for your contribution. It adds to these sessions that we have together. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, distraction. As they distracted, our hearts get fragmented. See, God, the Almighty, the Divine, talks through everybody. And here in this session, because we are blessed at reading by reading Rumi poems, so the wisdom comes through everybody. That's why I like everybody. Please, uh, something comes to your mind, please share with us, so we all can enjoy and benefit from it. That's why we are here together. Okay, so I hope for the people who just for the first time, we have done this before, so we're going to go to the place that we were last time, and we're going to read the poems from other sources of Rumi. So hopefully we can understand um, him better. Let me see where I was. Oh, I went too far. I even made it red so I don't lose it. There you go. Yeah, we're here. All right. So this is book 6, verse 2882. منظر حق دل بود در دو سرا که نظر در شاهد آید شاه را. This is from Masnavi, book 6, verse 2882. The object of God's regard in both worlds is the pure heart, for the king's gaze is fixed upon the pure heart. God tells us, the only thing I want from you is your pure heart. Bring your pure heart to me. That's what I want from you. Everything else, I have it. I don't want it. And the reason some Sufi, another Sufi masters, like Sheikh Mahmoud Shabastari, probably Yahya John knows about him, right? Yahya, Sheikh Mahmoud Shabastari, right? Do you know about him?
Yes.
Can you tell him? Can you tell something about him for us?
Well, he wrote the Secret Rose Garden, Gushani Raz,
Razi, yeah.
and it's it was very influenced by Rumi and Ibn Arabi, the sources, but he wrote beautifully about everything. I mean, the spiritual path
Yeah.
in the form of a question and answer format. So here's a good
Oh. You have anything else to say, Yahya John?
I was gonna put in the chat window.
Oh, please, yeah. Please
Uh,
put you're gonna put the name of the word of the right of the book, right?
Yeah, where you can get a copy.
Yeah, please do that. Please do so. Thank you so much. It is
Yes.
beautiful. Thank you. All right, now Pastor Khanum has a beautiful. Pastor John, please read this and translate to the best of your ability. And if I need to, if I can add to it, I will do it. Go ahead, please.
در جوال زر بیاری ای غنی حق بگوید دل بیار ای منحنی means oh rich man, you bring 100 sacks of gold, God will say bring the heart. the pure heart, without any identification, without any attachment.
Mm. So did you see what she beautiful poem? This is from Rumi, right? Parasu Khanum.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Book
beautiful.
5,
Yeah,
very,
put the address on the bottom, please.
okay.
So if somebody wants to read it, that's a good idea. Put the address, please. Thank you. Put the address, please. Beautiful, mashallah. Yeah, Parasu Khanum is very alert. Anything, she has a good heart. She has a good memory. She brings it from her memory. Beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. You see, Rumi has said it all. Yeah, I was talking about, uh, here it says the object of God regard in both words is a pure heart. God, the only thing God comes from us is a pure heart, is a uh, is a pure heart. And I remember from yeah, book 5 line. Thank you. Uh, so God says, and the Gulshan Raz, Sheikh Mahmoud Shabastari, which is the 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 poet who wrote this poetry. Um, he says that uh, because God uses our heart as a mirror, as a mirror. So he says, bring your heart. Here you go, Garden of Mystery, the Gulshani Raz of Shabastari, classic of Sufi poetry series. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Yahya Jah.
Yeah. It's only like on Amazon, it's only like it's on sale. It's only $13.
$13. Is it a good translation, Yahya John?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I know the translator.
Oh, you know the translator.
I know the translator.
You know him.
Yes.
Good. So he does it he knows Farsi?
Yes.
Good job. Good job. Okay, here you go. Very good. Anyway, he says that God you see, God is a beautiful entity, beautiful being, and God wants to see himself, and the way to see himself is in the mirror of our heart. In the mirror of our heart. That's what this is all about. Okay, this is book 6. This is the next verse, 2883. عشق حق و سر شاهد بازیش بود مایه جمله پرده سازیش. عشق حق و سر شاهد بازیش بود مایه جمله پرده سازیش. So, okay, please, if you don't speak, turn off your microphone so we don't have any background noise, please. عشق حق و سر شاهد بازیش بود مایه جمله پرده سازیش. God's love and mystery of his flirting with his favorite were the origin of all his well-making creation of phenomena. This is pretty deep, to be honest with you. And here uh, the translation says he's flirting. Uh, basically, what we can get from this is that God is uh, hitting his beautiful face from the ones who doesn't want him he doesn't want him to he doesn't want them to see him because because uh, because he's making so basically the whole world the phenomena here, it says the creation of phenomena. The whole word here, Rumi says, it is like a curtain for the for for the uh, for God to hid his face. That's the best I can explain it. But don't worry about it. It's a bit deep, and when the time comes that for every other for all of us to get it better, it would it would open up. Some Sufi poets say, Sufi masters say, God is like a groom, like I'm sorry, like a bride, sorry, like a bride, and he will show God. I mean, she can say she will show her face to the one uh, that deserve to see the bride face. You see, so in order for us to deserve to see the beloved's face, we have to purify our heart. That's the best way I can explain it. To purify our heart. If we purify our heart and the heart is cleansed from all the dots, from all the uh, impurities, then we will be able to see the bride's face. Yeah. And so basically, for now, uh, God has covered his face, right? It's under the curtain. So that's what I can explain here. I see if there's any. Yeah, here you go. Yeah,
Can I add
go ahead.
something?
Go ahead, Pastor Harun.
Means that when you're opening our heart and let God just can actually we are witnessing the energy that rises within us, and all the God powers also manifest within us, and we will be the creator. Um, we will be the creator of our life. So um, so it doesn't mean that necessarily by the past patterns that we have, we're gonna now what we are doing in our egoic mind is repetition. Repetition based on the patterns that the society, that the family, that everyone just expose us. So we are going to get rid of all those patterns. So if we let God, so we can get rid of those patterns, and we will be the creator of our life by our own, not the society, not the old thoughts and beliefs that they are not serving us anymore. They are actually hurting us every single day. Those thoughts, those patterns, they are hurting us. Yeah, and it says that the ultimate goal of God for creating this universe is just help the human being to be in the right place, just to get back their powers to themselves. Because now our power is divided between all those identifications, between all those um, attachments. So um, we are not the king, actually. Mm, the ultimate goals of God is help us to be the king of the universe. But now what we are doing in our egoic mind is just um, it's like I'm gonna find the book. It's like begging the things. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
and we lost all power in our mind.
I come across that poem the other day, so I saved it. The one where Molana talks about the Quran is like a shy bride, and about seeing. So I put it in the chat window.
You're gonna put it in chat window.
It's in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Did you put it already?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Well, go ahead to read it, please. Read it, please, John. Yeah, John. Please read it.
Okay. So this is translated by William Chittick, Professor Chittick.
Mhm.
It's from Masnavi. I'm not sure where. Maybe Divan-e Shams. The Quran is like a bride. Although you pull the veil away from her face, she does not show herself to you. When you investigate the Quran, but receive no joy or mystical unveiling, it is because your pulling at the veil has caused you to be rejected. The Quran has deceived you and has shown itself as ugly. It says, I'm not a beautiful bride. It is able to show itself in any form it desires. But if you stop pulling at its veil and seek its good pleasure, if you water its field, serve it from afar, and strive in that which pleases it, then it will show you its face without any need for you to draw aside its veil.
Mm. Thank you. I see. Okay. So basically, the Quran has to want to show his face in order for us to see his face, right? You cannot remove the veil because you know it's not going to show his face anyway, right?
You can't, yeah, I mean, it's, you say it's unpleasant because if you try to pull the veil off of it, it
Mm.
will show itself as ugly. You have to allow it to unveil itself to you.
Mm.
Don't try to pull the veil off yourself, like off the bride, because then the bride will give you like a ugly looking face because you tore the veil off her. So she'll look at you like ugly. But
Oh.
if you coax her and talk to her very sweetly, and then when she's ready, she'll remove the veil and she'll be so beautiful. So you don't try to pull it, you allow it to unveil itself.
Ah, very good. Thank you. Good job. All right. Here we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your contributions. Okay, this is the first, this is the next verse, 2884 from book 6. پس از آن لولاک گفت اندر لقا در شب معراج شاهد باز ما. In meeting the Prophet on the night of the Ascension, our Lord, who is fond of visiting prophets, said, but for you, I would not have created the heavens. So this refers to a hadith that God said to Prophet Muhammad, Lolak, Faman yakhlaqul aflaq. If it wasn't for you, I would not have created the universe. If it wasn't for you, I would not have created the universe. Meaning, the ultimate goal of the universe was to have somebody like Prophet Muhammad to come to the world. That's what he's saying. So basically, I mean, that's the best of the that's the best of the human beings, the best of the best. But that somehow applies to everybody, right? So God here says, I wasn't for you human beings, I would not have made the universe. So that shows the value that we have uh, if we keep our heart pure and if we don't listen to our ego and devil and stay pure, that shows our value. So we potentially are very valuable, but what we have done with our lives, with that we have turned our back to the Almighty, to the Divine, and we have followed our ego and our egoic mind. And that's why we are in trouble. Okay? Okay, go ahead, read that, please, Parasta Khanum, please. بسرت.
تاج کرمناس در فرق سرت فوق اعطیناک آویز برت means
If you put the address, please. If you can put the address,
oh,
I can look it up for you. I have access to.
a little bit translation is hard. The تاج کرمناس
No,
در
if it is in if it's from Rumi, if it's from Masnavi, you can look it up in the masnavi.net, www.masnavi.net. You put the address, it comes up, and you get the translation of Reynold Nicholson.
means but literally I can just translate it
Okay,
like
go ahead. Go ahead.
God have honored us and put the crown of the king in our head, and it shows that how valuable we are, and we have given and God and divine says that we have given you hands on your breast. It shows that the human being are very worthy and valuable.
طوق اتیناک پس خانم اینو تاج کرمناس بر فرق سرت، طوق اتیناک بر فرق سرت.
آویز برت، ببخشید اینو من اشتباه نوشتم، آویز برت
So
آخرش.
please correct it.
Okay,
Please correct it.
I will write.
Thank you. All right, so there's another witness from Rumi that Pastor Khanum brought us that shows the potential, the value that we have for the divine. That the crown is on we are like king, and he says here, he says you have the crown on your head. You have the crown on your head, and yeah. All right, good. Thank you, ma'am. All right, here you go. Please pay attention that the pure heart is the expanded heart, not the egoic mind, which is temporary. The object of God's regard is the expanded heart in both worlds, which is the world of form and world of beyond form. You are the being that should expand your heart. You should not close the space around your heart. Otherwise, you will be deprived from God's blessing. We should not follow the society either, and don't attempt to follow authority. If you expand your heart, then you will witness your true self and your mind. You realize that you are from the essence of life. That's why Rumi tells us that for the king's gaze is fixed upon the pure heart. So this is good learning. This is a good lesson from these two poems, that we have to expand our heart and we have to purify our heart. That's the goal of our being. That's what that's the things that's the goals that we should strive for. Purifying the heart and expansion of the heart. Expansion, as a matter of fact, is very much repeated, mentioned in Quran and in other Sufi works. Expansion of heart, very important. Everything happens, every event, we should expand our heart around it. If you see anybody that you don't like, expand your heart around that person. Any event you don't like, expand your heart around it. Everything you don't like in yourself, expand your heart around it. Expand your heart, expand. And the expansion is infinite. Is infinite. Expansion is infinite because God says, I cannot, there is not enough room for me in the on the earth. There is not enough room for me in the skies, heavens, but there is enough for me in the heart of the faithful. So that means that our heart is infinite, infinitely huge, infinitely big, infinite space. So regardless of how much you open and expand your heart, you can do more. We can do more. So, and the ultimate is, we have to go as much as we can, which is infinity basically. Whatever expansion you have, yeah, you can do better. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Pastor Juan, please read this one that you just read. You just written on the chat room. please.
تفکر نگر در شرح دل در اندرون تا نیاید طعنه لا تبصرون. I will write the translation in the chat box.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay, good. So Pastor Khanum is giving us more expansion, more examples and an explanation of what we're studying. Good. Thank you, ma'am. عشق حق و سر شاهد بازیش بود مایه جمله بود مایه جمله پرده سازیش. God's love and the mystery of his flirting with his favorite were the origin of his veil-making creation of phenomena. God's love is the reason for creation and to veil his face from the world. The world is a curtain for the divine to hide himself from the strangers of the world. That's a good explanation, I think. I was trying to say it before. I didn't know I have this explanation already. God's love is the reason for creation and to veil his face from the world and the veil from the world. Like that example that Yahya gave us from Quran, which is like a bride, same thing. The world is the curtain for the divine to hide himself from the strangers of the world. So if you want to see the faith of the divine, don't be a stranger. Become a friend. Become a friend. How we can become a friend to the Almighty, to the divine? By opening our heart and purifying our heart. Opening the heart and purifying the heart. پس از آن لولا گفت اندر لقا در شب معراج شاهد باز ما. In meeting the Prophet on the night of the Ascension, our Lord, who is fond of visiting prophets, said, But for you I would not have created the heavens. That's book 6, verse 28-84. This verse points to the hadith saying of Prophet Muhammad that God addressed Prophet Muhammad and told him, But for you I would not have created the heavens. It means on the night of ascension, if you reach that stage, God tells you that I created the whole world so you become alive to me. So don't you forget, please remember that this is not only addressed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's addressed to all of us. God here says, when you come and meet me the night of ascension and you reach that stage, God will tell all of us, I created the whole world, you guys, so you can become alive to me. So our goal in this world is to become alive to the divine. Become alive to the divine. That's a beautiful concept, isn't it? Become alive to God. منظر حق دل بود در دو سرا منظر حق دل بود در دو سرا که نظر در شاهد آید شاه را. The objects of God regard in both worlds is a pure heart, for the king's gaze is fixed upon the pure heart. Here God indicates that I have created so I become alive in you to my infinity and eternity. Now you are wasting your time and playing stupid games and bringing a bunch of attachments to your core. See that what he says, God, I have created you to become alive in me, alive in you, so I become alive in you to my infinity and eternity. But what you're doing, you're doing exactly the opposite. You have closed your heart, you have dirtied your heart, and you're playing stupid games and bringing a bunch of attachments to your core. Nothing should be in our core but the Almighty, but the Divine. But unfortunately, we are doing exactly the opposite. We're bringing attachments to our core. Attachment is not, they don't deserve to be in our core. No attachment, nothing. Everything, the only, for the core, the only things deserve to be in, the only being, entity deserves to be in our core is the divine. Everything else shouldn't be there. All right. It's 8:02, and I know some people are from East Coast. I don't want to. Uh, I think it's a good place to end. If you want to make any point, suggestions, comments, we are all ears to hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's Anupriya. Yeah, go ahead. You have your hand up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was just gonna say that I am on the East Coast, so it is late, but I'm really enjoying this. And I think there was a line that said, which was much earlier about distractions, and then also the pure heart. And I think it somewhere said that help us be able to recognize where it's distraction and where it's the pure heart. And I want to ask, how is it that you can recognize sometimes if something is, if you're motivated, you're working towards something, how do you know that your your desire or your energy that's energizing you is a distraction or if it's coming from a place of purity?
Anybody wants to answer her, please? Anupriya.
Yeah, so my answer would be, if it helps us polish our mind and get closer to the divine, so that's very good for us. But if it's becoming obstacle or if it creates distance for us, then that's not good for us. And also helping people around us too to have that spiritual awakening. So that's good. So it's up to our intention, right? When we benefit other people, we ourselves get benefited for sure. That's the law of the universe. So
Yeah.
I think that's, yeah. But we get distracted because sometimes maybe we're tired or we are discouraged in life. We don't care. We develop apathy. Sometimes we need to go through that phase, but if we remain with the community, we can encourage each other to minimize those distractions.
Mm. Oh, mm, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bitaja. Thank you, Bitaja. Read what you wrote last right now.
Okay. Yeah, so we learned about purifying our hearts, then we can see the face of the beloved. The bride's face no longer will be hidden under the veil. When we see the bride, when do we see the bride? That's when we become the king of the universe. What does that mean? We no longer identify with temporary things that will betray us or abandon us. We realize why each human life is infinitely precious. And that's the beauty of, yeah, exposing ourselves to this wisdom.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Akbar.
you. Thank you, Mr. Hanum. Thank you. Anybody has any other comments, suggestions, anything? Okay. So it seems everybody is good. Thank you for your attendance and your attention. And God willing, we'll see you guys, everybody, next time. Take
Okay.
care. Bye
Mr.
bye.
Mustafa, you're supposed to talk after the meeting. As
Yes.
I remember,
Yeah. Pastor Hanım.
I
Uh,
want to leave the meeting. Okay, I'm waiting.
thank you. Okay. Okay. It's just with. Do you have anything to say, Yahya John?
No, I was just saying, Hodo Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz. Thank you.
Hodo
Take,
Hafiz, everybody.
take care.
Thank you, everyone, for your participation.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. All right. Okay. Hold on, please, guys.